Hello everybody, today's video is about statistic. We'll be talking about an experiment, event, and sample space. So if we have an experiment of rolling a die, if you roll a die, what are the possible outcomes? All the possible outcomes would make up the sample space. The sample space, for short, we call it S, capital S. The sample space of a probability experiment is a collection of all possible outcomes. So what are all the possible outcomes when you roll a die? When you roll a die, the possible outcomes would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the only possible outcomes when you roll a die. We are dealing, of course, with a fair die. What would be an event of rolling a die? An event would be getting a 2. That would be an event. Okay? So this is an example of an experiment, an event, and a sample space. Now let's try another experiment. What if the experiment of flipping a coin? When you flip a coin, what would be all the possible outcomes? The possible outcomes would be heads and tail, right? There is no other possible outcome. Heads and tail. What would be an event? Getting a tail. All right? So here's another example. Now let's try one more. Now let's try an experiment of a couple having 3 children. So a couple having 3 children. Now what would be the sample space? Now here we have 3 children, not 1. So we cannot say it's a boy and a girl. Okay? So since we have 3 births, so all the possible outcomes you're going to have is 8. The way we can get 8 possible outcome is because in every birth there are 2 possible choices, which is a boy and a girl, and since we have 3 children, we raise it to the power of 3. So 2 possibilities for each birth, 2 cubed, which is 8. We're going to have 8 possible outcomes for 3 births. So what could that be? So let's go ahead and do this. We have, for short, let's make B boy and G girl. So the first child could be boy, the second child could be a boy, the third child could be a boy. This is one possible case, one possible outcome. Now, the way you can get all the possible outcomes, 8, you can start with the same variable, BBB or GGG, and then you change the last one to the other variable. So if we change the last one to the other variable, this becomes G. So boy, boy, girl. Now we push this to the middle, we get what? Boy, girl, boy. And then we push this to the other side here, one more to the left, girl, boy, boy. Okay, now we start with the other 3 variables. So we started with boy, boy, boy. Now we start with girl, girl, girl. Okay, now change the last one with the other variable. The other variable is B for boy. So girl, girl, and this become boy. Now push this in the middle. What do we get? We get girl, boy, girl. Okay. Now push this to the left here. We get boy, girl, girl. So here are all the possible outcomes of having 3 children. This would be your sample space. So this you can include it here, the sample space. So again, I can go ahead, write it down in front of you. Boy, 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 boy. You change the last one, girl, push it to the middle. Boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, boy. And now girl, 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 change the last one, push the last one, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, girl. These are the 8 possible outcomes. And what would be a possible event? A possible event is having 2 boys and 1 girl. That is a possible event. Okay, so these are an example of experiment, event, and sample space. Now, an event is any collection of outcomes from a probability experiment. So we've seen these 3 events. Now, a simple event is an event that has with only 1 outcome. The sample space contains all the simple events. So each one of these are simple events. Each outcome in the sample space are simple events. So this one would be a simple event, right? You cannot break it down any further. So this is a simple event, and this is a simple event. However, this is not a simple event. 2 boys and 1 girl is not a simple event. Why? Because you have more than 1 outcome. Let's take a look. To get 2 boys and a girl, these are the possibilities. This is 2 boys and a girl. 2 boys and a girl, 2 boys and a girl. This, you can break it down into 3 of them. Boy, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, boy. This gives me 2 boys and a girl. So this is not a simple event because you can break it down into more than 1 outcome. Okay, these are the simple events. This is not. Okay, so this is a simple event, and so is this one, but not this one. I hope you found this video helpful. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.